Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. All right, today I wanted to touch a little bit on what new players in Marvel Contest of Champions should be doing to get the fastest progression and to get rosters that they can be satisfied with and move forward with and get game progression the satisfactorily. So let's talk about a few things. I have a list that you can see that is on here. We've got 8 different things. Some of these things need to be done in a specific order. Some of them don't. Some of them you can do in parallel at the same time. But I think all 8 things are extremely important if you want to get your roster off on a good foot and that you can move forward at the most efficient pace. So now I just want to put one thing out for all of the new players out there. There are many experienced YouTubers and MCOC streamers that do new account challenges from time to time. It's very important to watch those and to see what they do, because those players are able to take a brand new account and get to the Cavalier level, not quite the Thronebreaker level, but the Cavalier level within 1 week. Now, of course, you're not going to be able to get your account that far, that fast in 1 week unless you're playing the game over and over and over again constantly every day for 7 days straight, 10, 12 hours a day. That, a lot of people don't have that time. So, but if you follow these 8 things and you follow a lot of what those new account challenges do, you can get a very decent account and roster going within, a matter of a month or two. So let's get into it. All right, first things first. Acts 1 through 4. It is really important that one of the very first things that you do is you 100% Acts 1 through 4. So you'll see here I've done that already. I did that a long time ago. I've been playing this game since 2015. Did that a long time ago. I haven't even finished Act 6. So I'm not even 100% done with Act 6, but I have completed Act 6. I just haven't explored it. But really important to do Acts 1 through 4. So why is it really important to do Acts 1 through 4 100%? One, there's lots of units in Acts 1 through 4. Tons of units. And then you get some crystals, and you get a lot of necessary rank up materials. Some of these tier 1 basic catalysts, ISO, gold. You get heroes out of it too that you can use. You're going to use now, but you're not necessarily going to use later. Then within the quests, there's things like revives and units and gold that you really could use. There's XP, and of course, XP is important to get the next couple of things on the list. But there's all kinds of important things in here that you can get out of this to be able to move your account forward. There's a free 1-star Colossus. That doesn't seem like a lot right now, but if you're a brand new player, that's a lot. There's 50 units there, and 50 units is actually quite a bit of units. Some level 1 revives. If I needed revives and I could do this again, I would go through and do these again. All right, so in Act 2, what are we talking about? We've got 3-star Nexus crystals. That's important. We've got 3-star Awakening gems. We've got Sig stones. We've got healing potions, units, gold. Those are all going to be necessary. And then within each one of the quests, we've got units, revives, gold, tier 1 class, catalyst, crystals, all kinds of good stuff that you're going to need to get your champs going. Act 3, we got tier 4 basics. Those are not going to be easy to get. Tier 1 alpha crystals. Those are not going to be easy to get. Units, gold, revives, ISO. And then in the chapters, again, we've got revives, units, gold, all kinds of good stuff. And in the quests, we've got all the kind of rank up materials and things that you're going to need to get through. and units, ISO, revives, gold, and class catalysts. In Act 3, we just actually looked at Act 3. So in Act 4, we got more. We got 4-star Sig Stones, 4-star Awakening Gems, 4-star Crystals. We've got lesser Ascendant Crystals that have a lot of the things that you need. Here's one of the big things, Mastery Points. So you get Mastery Points as you go up levels, but you get free Mastery Points for exploring these things here. That's super important. That's a free Mastery Point. Again, units, rank up materials, all kinds of good stuff out of these. So these are not hard. So Chapter 2, there's another Mastery Point. Chapter 1, there's a Mastery Point. Act rewards. I think there's a Mastery Point out of there's a Mastery Point there out of every one of these chapters. So there's 4 free Mastery Points. That's basically like 4 levels. So remember, you go from levels 1 to 60 in this game. You max out at 60. That's 60 Mastery Points, plus you can get 4 more out of Act 4. Really important to do 100% of Acts 1 through 4. Try and get that done as soon as you can, and then kind of take a pause. Take a pause, because Act 5 is actually meant for 5-star champions, and there's a big kind of gap between once you've gotten a good 4-star roster to when you get good 5-star rosters. I mean, there's things in here like Tier 5 basics and things like that. There's no Mastery Points in here, but there's some pretty good rank up materials, but this is not 100% important. Like, if you were to really run through Acts 1 through 4 and then start on Act 5, you would hit a wall pretty heavily. So now we're going to transition over to the next thing that you need to do to be able to get into Act 5 and get Uncollected and then get Cavalier. So the next thing that I suggest that you do while you're doing Acts 1 through 4, this all can be kind of done in parallel, is you need to get a roster built that can do an infinite streak in the Summoner's Trials, and that you can grind Summoner's Trial. So Summoner Trial has the most units, the most battle chips, and the most premium hero crystals and gold out of any of the arenas. So there's 270 units in here. I've done a video in the past about how many battle chips and all that are in here, but you need to have a roster that can infinite streak Summoner's Trials and that you can grind that, because you're not really going to be able to grind the featured arena, which is this King Groot arena, or the basic arena, which is the Loki arena right now. You're not going to be able to grind those. Those are really going to be hard, and you probably will have an even harder time grinding things like the Kadash Clash events, which eventually you need to be able to do that as well. Because I don't do these anymore because I don't need these, but I mean, Tier 4 basics I still kind of need every once in a while. I am a Paragon player and I run short on those, so every once in a while I'll pop in these and grab 3 or 4 of these. But for a basic, a beginning player, 3 or 4 of those is a lot. That's a ton of materials that you just don't have. And so you can run these later on. I would say when you're in that kind of gap, right when you're getting ready to be Uncollected, or between Uncollected and Cavalier, that's the time to be going in and getting this Catalyst Clash stuff. But until you've done Acts 1 through 4, I don't think you can even get close. But while you're doing Acts 1 through 4, you need to build up a 2- and 3-star roster that'll allow you to do an infinite streak in Summoner's Trials. And then you'll build up 4 stars for that, and that's where you can start really getting the points in that arena. All right, next thing, you need to get level 60 as soon as possible. Level 60, the more levels you get, the more champs you can have in your roster, and the more mastery points that you get, because you need to be able to do the 4th thing, and that's complete your mastery build as soon as possible. Now, that is something that is easier said than done. You may get level 60 way before you complete your mastery build, but you need to get this mastery build done. So one of the things that will hold you back from getting your mastery build done is cores, and cores are expensive. Cores cost a lot of units, but once you've unlocked something, then it's done. The other thing is you need units and gold as well. So let's go to the core. Let's go to the store, and you'll see the mastery part of this. That's where you're going to get your cores. So as you can see here, Stony Mastery cores cost 135 units, and the Carbonadium Mastery cores cost 550 units. That's a lot for a beginning player, but you need to get these because you need to get your masteries done. So when you get through Acts 1 through 4, you'll be pretty high level. You'll have a bunch of mastery points, but you won't be able to go anywhere because you won't have enough cores, units, and gold to fill those out. So your next kind of thing that you're going to need to do is grind out units and grind out gold so that you can get these mastery cores so you can get your masteries done. Because you're not going to go any forward very far without having a good mastery set. And also go back and watch videos that people have put out about what their masteries are. I'll be putting out a 2023 mastery video here pretty soon. One other place that every once in a while masteries will pop up in the unit store, there'll be a mastery offer. That's always a good offer. My masteries are built out now, so I don't need it. But if you're a beginning player and you're gonna spend money, the mastery offer that happens, usually we get it about 3 times a year, is a good one. Another place that for pay to play, if you're gonna do this, the Black ISO market does have masteries in it once a week that are cheaper. So it's 135 in the actual mastery store. It's 120 in the Black ISO market. And you can get Stony cores in the mastery store. They're 550 units. In the Black ISO market, they're 500 units. So you can save some units on that as well. So that's number 4 is complete your masteries. Number 5, and you can do this at the same time. Go into these back issues, and you'll see that there's a classic. You're not going to be able to do variant, but you could do classics, and the classics are fairly easy. And you can see I'm just making my way through this. I haven't actually got them done. I didn't follow my own advice, but there are things in here like 3-star gems, tier 1 alphas, really important. Premium hero crystals, gold. There's units in here. There's the units right there. ISO and units. So you can use these to get units to get those mastery cores so you can get your masteries up. And then you can move your roster forward once you've got your mastery build complete to get uncollected and cavalier level. All right, next thing on our list that we need to be doing for beginning players is we need to look at the event quest. So here's our event quest, which is Sabotage at Mantis' house this month, but it changes every month. And in this, there are a number of different difficulties. And beginning players should be starting out with normal, and they should be trying to get normal and heroic done 100% every single month, because there's a lot of good stuff in here as well. So in heroic, here's this ultimate questing crystal. It's got guarantees a 3-star champ with a rare chance at a 4-star. Some gold, health potions, premium hero crystals, 4-star shards, 5-star shards, rank up materials, all kinds of good stuff. And there's units in there. The normal one has questing hero crystal, 2 to 4-star champions, gold, battle chips, whatever. 3-star crystals, premium hero crystals, tier 3 basics, ISO gold. There's a free 3-star Yondu in here. And then the quests, the chapters all have some good stuff in them, and the quests all have units. And this is a good place to get units. I can do this very quickly just by auto fighting, but for beginning players, you may not be able to auto fight. But you can go in here and you can do this. And if you look at these champs that are in like normal, so I'm just going to ignore the roster I'm using, but if you go in here, they're like 205s. They're 296s. They're 2 stars. They're very easy to beat. So that's a good place for beginning players to go. Another number 7 on our list is the side quest. So there's a side quest every month. It varies by month to month. but it is very doable for beginning players to be doing the heroic. So if we go in and look at heroic, we're going to be looking at 3,000s for PI on champs. So that may be a little daunting, but you should try and go in there and do it. You should try. When you get to a certain point, I would say when you've got a roster of champs, a full roster, you need to have a full roster with this. Probably the first time you can start thinking about going here and doing this is when you have a full roster of like 3 stars who are all at around, they're probably maxed out level. Then you can start going in here and probably thinking about doing that. And lastly, number 8 that I want to talk about is daily quest. Oh, we need to quit this. End quest. So the last thing that I think is important for beginning players is this daily quest. So there's the Catalyst Vault, the ISO Field, and the Proving Grounds. Now, you may not be able to do Expert, but you definitely can do Easy. And Easy has some good stuff in it, and it has fairly low-level champions. 600, so there's one path that has 3 to 400s and one path that has 6 to 700s. And if we look at the rewards for this one, view quest rewards, here they are. So we get some XP, we get some ISO, we get some gold, and we get Tier 1 class Catalyst Selector. That's really important. You get 3 of those. The medium level one, if we begin the quest, the medium level one has champs that are anywhere from 600 to 1100. That's actually pretty doable as well, and has some decent rewards as well. So I think there's some Tier 2 class selectors in this one, some gold, and some ISO. Tier 2 class selectors, yep. So there you go. And then there's the ISO field, so you can get ISO because you're going to run short on ISO as a beginning player. As a beginning player, you're going to use all of it to get your guys up as much as you can. And then the Proving Grounds has all of your basic catalysts in it. So these, if you need, you're going to need these things, and when you need them, you go in here and you do them. Now, one of the biggest kind of things that can hold you back from doing all of this is your energy per day. You get more energy the higher level you go, and that's why it is important to get to level 60 as well, because you're able to store more energy and you're able to do more content as you do that. One of the things that I did mention in this is being able to grind the arena, because the arena doesn't cost any energy. Sometimes the side quests don't cost any energy as well. So, you need to do those things that don't cost energy that you can do. And some things cost minimal energy, like the back issues and some of the easier event quest and story content. So that's just the 8 things I wanted to go over with for beginning players and what they should do for their accounts if they want to move their accounts forward pretty quickly and efficiently. So I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.